Well, hey YouTube, here with you on this February 1st, Thursday, February 1st. I've still got my Heath kit condenser checker up here, and there are all them things there. I got these little pin connectors here for the VTVM over there. I just hadn't soldered the wires up to it yet. And Doug showed me something, or told me something the other day. He said that this wasn't the on-off switch. I don't have a manual for this thing. And it didn't even occur to me to look to see AC off right here. Well, look at here. Click that on. I believe it's plugged in. Here in just a second, you'll see it warmed up good. There you can see the eye tube glowing on it, I believe. So yeah, it is working. Now I'm sure it probably needs new caps and resistors and stuff in it, but I just wanted to turn it on to make sure that it was working, and I'm going to watch what he does to his. He said he's going to make a video soon of going through his, and I'll kind of watch him. I've been looking online for a manual for the thing, but I hadn't seen one yet. Let me pause this for a minute or two. I'll come back with you about some other things. Now, I did have that radio chassis back up on the bench earlier, but I didn't. I was going to start putting the tubes back into the thing. I turned it upside down to make sure that everything there looked right, and I realized that I didn't have any safety caps from the line to the ground on either side. So I went, and these were the only safety caps I could find, and they're an X2 cap. I'm like, well, I don't think X2 is going to work. X2 caps, 103K, which is 0.01 microfarad. Them little things there. So I've went to Radio Days and got some ordered here, the Y2 kind, 250 volt, 1 microfarad Y2 safety caps there. And got this for Christmas, and I've never opened it up yet. I asked around on there, and several people suggested getting one of these, so I asked for it for Christmas, and I got it. Haco FX888D. I still have not taken it out of the box yet. I guess I'll have to do that if I can. Looks like a egg crate there. Thing's heavy duty now. I didn't realize that thing was so heavy. We'll get that out. Get the iron out here. Boy, howdy, I'm ready to go now, I tell you. I think this will come in a whole lot more handy for me than for most things than that big old Weller gun that I've got, because I believe since I don't have to pull the trigger on this, I can just hold it up like that, and I'll have a lot steadier hand with it than I will with that soldering gun. Or I can just let my hand rest on the table there, and it won't get to shaking like it does with that soldering gun. I can use an iron here. I'll have to ask around and ask people stuff like, what temperature do you think I should set it at for soldering wires like that and whatnot. But yeah, I was just tickled pink to get this thing. Here, awkward moment of silence while I try to figure out what I was going to say next. I didn't write any notes down, Doug. Didn't write myself a script. You know me, I'm always at a loss for words. So I guess, okay, I guess there's a power cord there, and this will just plug into that somehow or another. I guess it works kind of like a tube. You just, yeah, there you go. I'm not going to plug it in right now. But yeah, I was proud to have that now. And Doug, I've been meaning to come by here before too long. I still haven't got that piece out of that battery, and I thought that I would just bring you the whole battery and let you get that out yourself. Thought you might have better luck with it than I would. I thought if I tried to do it, I'd tear something up. Sure as shooting. But this is the battery that was in that radio. And I thought, well, you might could even save the paper if you wanted to do that. Save the paper box, the outside of it, and sleeve it over a new box or something. I didn't know. But I'll go ahead and get this to you sometime here before too long. And let me set that down there. I got a whole bunch of old flashlights. Well, some old, some not so old. Some little junky Chinese things. There's a Ever-Ready there. Of course, a mag light. That's a 40 cell, and that's a 5. And this here's a little AA flashlight, is the one I use most of the time. And then there's this little LED flashlight. It's also AA. Well, I tell you, let me turn the light out. It's going to get really dark in here. Oh, I didn't know it was going to get that dark. Excuse me. I thought I had the backlight back there on. Let me go turn the light on here. Ah, that's better. Let me reach up here and turn this light back off. Now, what I found amazing, I mean, the batteries in these things last forever. I've had the same batteries in this for, probably 5 years now, and it's starting to get dim, but it still does the job. Batteries have been in this one for about 2 years, and there. The switch on it is kind of picky, and it's one of them kind you lay on your shoulder. Old-fashioned, look like a police light or something here. But I'm saying this one here is one I use most of the time. Just this little 2AA one here. But I've taken up let me turn. No, I'll turn this little LED one on too. You can see it. It's all right. And the thing I want to talk about was this light here. The funny thing about it, I mean, it's still pretty bright. I don't shine it at the camera there. I was talking about how old those batteries were. This thing here, if I remember how to open it up, yeah, it's okay, it's the back side here. This beat all I have ever seen. I gave this flashlight to Mama years and years ago. I'd say probably back around 2006, maybe about 2004. She put it in her company car when she drove for P&I Transport. They went out of business here in end of December, so she's fully retired right now. I got to looking at these batteries, and they expired December of 2011. What was the use by date on the things? I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not. Let me see if I can get it up here, see if it'll focus on that. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. But the date on it here is December 2011. I said, when was the last time you changed the batteries in this thing? And she said that, swore up and down that she has never changed the batteries in this. So these are the same batteries in it when I gave it to her in, 2004, 2006, whenever it was. And you saw it on a while ago, the thing still works. I mean to start checking on that multimeter sometime. I want to do that and see how they show up on it. Apparently it don't take much juice to operate those things. It must not, because these batteries here, the use by date was 2011, this is 2018. And once again, here you go. I mean, it's still shining like anything. I just wanted to show that. I couldn't believe it. It says long life, Brinkman long life LED light. Well, I believe it. It's a long life, all right. Well, let me see. I got one more thing. I'm going to dig it out right quick and show it here. Hang on. All right, here it is. I could probably got this probably about 6 months ago. Now, when I was a kid, my older brother had one of these. It was identical to this. It looked identical to me. Now, his, I think, might have been a 90 or a 110 or something. This one here is a 125, but it's a Fisher. So it's just a slightly different model from his. But as I recall, that was the best sounding old stereo that it just beat all I ever seen. Now this one here has a hinged cover on it. I think his just lifted off. This one here is on a hinge, and it's got automatic turntable here, BSR turntable. But one of these days, I might see if I can get Doug to take a look at it. Now, it may work perfectly fine, I don't know. But I'd like to have somebody take a look at this thing, because I do not know, nor do I claim to know, the first thing about solid state equipment. And I know this thing is that there's no tubes in it. It still weighs a damn ton. But the dial moves across good, but there's a grinding noise when you tune it. I don't know if the camera's catching that or not. And it's kind of jerky and whatnot. I pulled the knob back a little bit, but that doesn't seem to make any difference. And while I save up some money, I'll ask him to take a look at it and have something to pay him with if he'd take it. I'll say I don't even have any speakers to test the thing with, so I want to have to save up some and get some a pair of speakers too. But this thing just has a lot of sentimental value to me because I remember my brothers and that thing, the way it sounded. Of course, Fisher's always been known for having a good sound, or was back when these were produced. I believe this one come out in about 1968, the same year I was born. But I remember even the records sounded good on this thing, or the one he had. All right, well, that's about all I've got right now. I need to clean that lid, but I've had it sitting underneath of my bed. It looks like some of that stuff, maybe I can polish it out with some Novus number 2 or something, I don't know. I'm not too awful worried about the cover there. It's still a good looking set, even with the stuff there. All right, well, I'll go ahead and get off of here and say this is Gary signing off, and thanks for watching.